Hey guys, Randy's World Philippines coming to you once again from the Philippines. This video, I'm going to share with you probably some of my most valuable tips that I can give you before you come to the Philippines. Whether it be to retire, whether it be to visit, or whatever reason it is, you are going to need to know and do these things before you come here to save yourself a lot of trouble. Now, I'm sure that I probably have missed several things, and there's going to be a lot of people in the comments that are going to tell me that I'm wrong about this and I'm wrong about that, and that's fine. I'm just sharing with you the information that I have, that I've learned. Hey, so the first thing I want to talk to you about is probably the most important, and that is before you hop on that plane, be sure that your passport of whatever country you're from is not only valid still and not expired, but it has at least 6 months left before it expires. There's many countries, and I believe the Philippines is one of them, Japan is another. Not only does it have to be still valid and not expired, of course, but there has to be at least 6 months of time left on it before it expires whenever you come into the country. So that's number one. And while you're at it, be sure that your driver's license also is valid. That way, in case you decide to stay more than 90 days, you will be able to take that driver's license to the LTO, Land and Transportation Office here in the Philippines, same as the DMV in the United States. You'll be able to take that driver's license that's still valid, and you'll be able to convert it without a test, without any kind of testing at all. You just have to pay for your medical, and you just have to pay for the conversion, which is like 1,100 pesos total for both of those. At least that's what I paid. I just showed them my driver's license. I got a Filipino driver's license, no problem. 2 hours tops. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is your bank cards. Okay, so here you can use your debit cards, credit cards, just like in the States, just like anywhere, but you will need to be sure that your bank will not suspect fraud. So be sure that you call and let your bank know that you'll be traveling abroad. Give them the specific countries that you'll be traveling to and staying at. So in this case, if you come to the Philippines, be sure you mention that. But also, if you happen to stop in Hong Kong or Narita, which is Tokyo in Japan, or wherever your layover might be, go ahead and tell them those countries too, in case you have to buy something in the airport. It will not get declined for fraud or anything like that. Super important, or it could be an embarrassing moment at the register. Now, if you're coming to live here, okay, you're going to need to have, especially for banking purposes and other purposes too, you're going to need to have a permanent mailing address. I simply just use a good friend of mine that I trust, and all of my mail goes there. For things like pensions and other things, you may get a proof of life letter, which is where they're just want to be sure that you're still alive and they're not depositing money into an account that that person might have been passed away for a while. So hopefully that doesn't happen for you or for anyone anytime soon, but just be sure that you have a good, solid, permanent address that you can provide to your bank and other places that may need it. And you have someone that can get that mail, open that mail for you if they need to. Okay, now let me mention something that's pretty obvious, okay? But clear all your debts. Either pay them off or get them set up on a rotating automatic draft to where there's a schedule for you to pay them off. Don't leave your debts behind in the US. Because I have heard of situations where some expats left the States and thought, no, I don't have to worry about that debt anymore. No, they can still file judgments against you. In some cases, they can still freeze your bank account, have money taken from your bank account, close your bank account, or the bank can choose to, if enough negative action is coming towards them with wanting to seize or garnish wages or get stuff back or garnish stuff that's in your savings or your checking account. So keep that in mind. Take care of that stuff. You don't have to pay it all off, but you at least have to have it set up to where your debtors will be happy and you keep paying off what your obligations are. Don't make the mistake of just thinking it disappears when you come here. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I just want to give a quick shout out to ChristianFilipina.com. This is the only dating site that I would suggest for anyone if they're looking for a great Filipina with traditional values. This service is known for vetting their members to be sure that you're not wasting your time, you're not wasting your money, and you're putting your emotion and your friendship and hopefully your love into someone that is going to give it back to you. You will find a link to get a free account. Yes, a free account in the comments. I'm going to pin it up at the very top, okay? Click on that link, open yourself up a free account, check out the memberships, get you a membership, meet you a great Filipina, and I'll see you here in the Philippines. Okay, so now let's talk about something called your Onward Ticket. This has to do with your visa. So every country is a little different, but with the Philippines at least, if you have an American passport, and I think most other countries also, as you come into the country, you don't have to apply for a visa. You're automatically giving an initial visa. It'll just stamp your passport, and it's good for 29 or 30 days. And that's from the date of arrival. The catch to that, for lack of a better word, the catch to that is you will need to, before you leave the States, at the airlines, like you won't even be able to board your plane in the U.S. unless you can show proof of an onward ticket if your return is going to be more than the 29 or 30 days. I know that sounds confusing, so let me explain it one more time. If you're going to stay less than 29 or 30 days, you have a return ticket going back to the States within 29 or 30 days, you're good. You don't have to worry about an onward ticket. But if you're going to stay more than 29 or 30 days, you can get your visa extended at the Bureau of Immigration, and it's easy. It doesn't cost a whole lot. It's very easy to do. I'm in and out in 17 minutes. That's the longest I've ever stayed in the immigration office. Very easy to get that extended. But if you're going to stay that long, like let's say you bought a one-way ticket, okay? You're going to have to show some proof that you're going to leave the country within those 29 or 30 days. What you can do is just buy yourself another one-way ticket or an onward ticket out of the Philippines. Whether you use it or not is up to you, but at least that is proof you can show the airlines that you have intention of not overstaying your visa. You already have it set up to where you are going to leave, okay? But if you decide to not use that ticket, you will simply just let the ticket go, like just let the date go and just lose that seat. And then you will just go to the Bureau of Immigration at your 29th or 30th day or a few days beforehand, and you can extend that visa. You just have to show intent to leave before your 29 or 30 days. So if you have a round-trip ticket within 29 or 30 days, unless you're going to stay here, you're good. But if you want to stay longer, you're still going to have to show that onward ticket. There are many websites you can go to where you can buy online onward ticket reservations that will cost you significantly less than it would cost you for an actual ticket. If you want more information, please email me. You can see in my channel description, my email address is at the bottom. I can explain it a little bit better for you, but just keep that in mind. You may need an onward ticket if you don't have a return ticket within 29 or 30 days, or if you plan on staying more than 29 or 30 days, you will need that onward ticket. Oh, one more thing, rather important. Lower your expectations when you come here. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful or a negative way towards the Philippines. Just keep in mind that this country is on the other side of the planet from, at least I'm from the eastern side of the United States. So it's literally on the other side of the planet. Some technology that we have in the US and some of the luxuries and conveniences, they don't have here. And it's just simply because, well, it's just the way it is. When it comes to cleanliness, and I'm just being honest, even Filipinos will tell you this, it's just different here. It's not that they're dirty. It's just they're a little bit behind the times. And I mean that in the most respectful way. The U.S. is behind the times in some things also. But when it comes to luxuries and conveniences, you will have a hard time finding that level here. Even if you live in BGC and in the fancy places in Manila, you still will have a hard time finding all of the luxuries, conveniences, and the cleanliness. It's just the culture's a little different here. But the great part is that even though they're not spoiled like we are in America, the happiness level is higher. You'll see when you get here. Just lower your expectations, and this way you won't be disappointed. But it's wonderful here. It's so good that I chose to spend the rest of my life here. Hey, so let's talk about your cell phone usage. Now, I covered this in another video of mine. Go check it out. It's called a retired American's monthly budget or something. I recover some of the ways to do your phone and your service and how much that costs when you come here. Okay, so they have eSIMs here. You can download an eSIM from the App Store or from the Google Play Store, or you can come here and you can download or get a little card from any Sari, which is just like a variety store, a convenience store. You can get a little eSIM card with Globe or Smart, that's the name of the companies. They have other ones. For $10 or $12, it'll give you 24 gigs of data, unlimited calls, unlimited text. They have all kinds of different plans. And you can buy this card, you scan the QR code on the card, and it will set your phone up and walk you through getting a Philippines number while you're here. And that's what I do every month. I just pay 599 pesos, which is like 12 bucks. And I end up I use the same phone that I had from the States. The only key is when you want to get an eSIM, you're going to need to be sure that that phone is paid off and unlocked. Well, in order to unlock it, I think you have to pay it off usually. So yeah, just be sure that the phone is unlocked before you come here. Get you an eSIM at any of the stores here and you're set up and good to go. The other option is when you get off the plane, at least here in Cebu, one of the first places you're going to see is a dealer that's going to be selling mobile hotspots. And it's just this little device. I don't know, it's about the size of a small sandwich. And you can put it in your pocket, turn it on, and you can have Wi-Fi at any point, anywhere. And it works great. So that's another option. So keep those in mind. So if you're going to stay here full time, I would just get an unlocked phone, get eSIMs every month. If you're going to stay here just temporarily, just get you a hotspot. Or you could just use the eSIM card that you buy at the store. Just use that each month or for the duration of the time that you're here. All right, now I want to talk about something called Balikbayan boxes. Here I am outside, in case everyone's wondering. This is what's called the dirty kitchen. This is where the family eats a lot of times. We cook out here over an open fire, and we got all of our stuff. Of course, we have a kitchen inside the house, but sometimes we like to be outside. We're going to talk about Balikbayan boxes. Balik means return or go back. And so Balikbayan boxes are basically boxes that generally a Filipino will send from the States to the Philippines. Now, in reality, anybody can get a Balikbayan box. And I'll tell you how to get one of those in just a minute. Anybody can get one. Doesn't matter who you are, or what country you're from, or whatever. You can get a Balikbayan box. And you can stuff that sucker full. It's just a big cardboard box. They are 24 by 20 by 36. And then there's like 3 different sizes you can get. And you can just stuff that thing full, package it up really well. It doesn't matter how much it weighs as long as it fits in the box. And you can send many things back here to the Philippines from the States or from wherever. Now, I have several boxes coming from the States. Now, here's the thing with the Balikbayan boxes. If you want to find one, just search on the internet, Balikbayan box near me. There will be someone who will have a Balikbayan box. They will sell it to you probably for $10, just the box itself, okay? You take that box home, you fill it as much as you want and as heavy as you want, as long as it is secure and it all fits in the box, and you can load it up on a truck or whatever to take it back to them. Then they will take it to a cargo, like a carrier, and it's gonna take 3 months to get to the Philippines. That's a long time. Even if you're from like the farthest point away, which I'm on the East Coast, okay? So I'm literally on the other side, 180 degrees on the other side of the planet. It takes 3 months. Now ours is actually a few days past 3 months because there was a typhoon and it was delayed a little bit. But you can stuff that thing full and it's gonna cost you $100. At least that's what we paid for each box. We paid $10 for the box and then $100 for each box. That's not a bad deal to fill up a big box or one of 3 different sizes with as much as you want, no matter how heavy it is. And if to come to the Philippines, the only downfall is it does take 3 months or maybe a tad more to get to you. And I live out in the province, so it's not like I'm at some big fancy, it's not like I'm at 123 Main Street, okay? I'm out in the province. And you can send back clothes, you can send back your stereo, whatever it might be. And it's gonna cost you about $110 total per box, which is not a bad deal, but again, it takes 3 months. Here's the other thing. Only Philippine nationals, I believe, are going to be exempt from the tax and the duty from the value of what's inside of it. So keep that in mind. If you are going to send a Balikbayan box to your future home in the Philippines, be sure that it is going to be going to a Filipino national so that you will not be subject to the duty or for the tax on that what's inside the box, okay? Double check everything that I'm telling you, but just be prepared, okay? So now let's talk about your money, okay? So when you come here, don't bring a whole bunch of cash in your wallet. You can bring some money with you, bring some cash with you, but just watch my other videos to find out the best place to get the conversion, the best place to get the rate that's gonna be right for you, because there'll be some places that will really rip you off if you're desperate. Be sure that your banks know about your card. And also maybe put money in 2 or 3 different accounts and go open up an account at another bank. The reason why I say that is because you don't want to be here and there be some question or there be something that your bank gets triggered on and they shut off your card or they shut off your account or freeze it. You want to be sure you have other options. Now, here's one very, very important thing. What I did was I went and I downloaded the Western Union app on my phone and I sent myself, yes, you can send yourself money, same contact details, sender and receiver is the same person, just use your own name. And I sent myself, while I was in the States, to the States, I sent myself $10. I paid the $6 fee. It sucked, right? But I paid the $6 fee. I went to Walmart where the Western Union was and I picked up my $10 and it worked. That should be proof enough that when you come to the Philippines that your app works, everything is set up, and what you can do is just Western Union yourself money when you come to the Philippines if you end up needing quick cash, easy. And maybe the ATM is only going to allow you a certain amount of money to withdraw. Or let's say you lose your card, okay? You can still go, let's say you lose your card, all right? Or it just stops working. You can go on the Western Union app, Western Union yourself money, go pick it up at the local office. Again, go watch some of my other videos. I cover all of this. Pick up that money, cash, great rate, $6 service charge is what I pay, $5-6 or something. You can be a billionaire, but if you can't access your funds in a foreign country, you're stuck. Heck, you can't even fly back home to fix the problem. Here's another thing, get some travel insurance. Call your local State Farm, or you can look on the internet. There's several different places that will give you some short-term travel insurance so that if you end up in a situation that, whether it be you lose something, God forbid you get into an accident, or your card stops working or whatever, whatever it is, you have some insurance to know that you can make a phone call and you can get bailed out of that situation. Well, hopefully not bailed out, but you can get your problem fixed, okay? I've actually had to use this before. I was in Paris many years ago and had a very, very unfortunate situation happen. And I was able to get everything back and they fixed my problem, and it was a good experience after the fact. So definitely get travel insurance. Look into that. Pay that small amount to give you that peace of mind. Don't forget. Here's a common sense one. Learn some Tagalog, which is the main language here, the main dialect of Filipino. Learn some Bisaya. That's the second most spoken language here in the Visayas. That's the area, there's 3 different areas of islands here. But learn some Bisaya. Learn just some basic things. Good morning, maayong buntag, easy to say. Good afternoon, maayong adlaw, or you can say maayong adlaw or maayong uto. Or good evening, maayong gabi. Easy to say. Learn how to say thank you, salamat. Learn how to say you're welcome, wala sapayan. There's many different, just small little phrases to learn. Not only will it make it fun for you, but it'll help with the communication, even though most everyone speaks and understands at least basic English. English is the second language here. But it'll just show some respect, some politeness, and it'll help you get absorbed into the culture, the people, and the language a little bit faster, and it'll make your stay so much more enjoyable. Just learn some basic things. And the last thing, for me, with my skin being as sensitive as it is, one of the most important things here, sunblock. Even if you do not have a problem with sensitivity on your skin, just bring some sunblock. Don't put it in your carry-on, of course, but put it in your checked bag. Thank me later. The sun here is beautiful, it's warm, it's bright, and it's different though than in the US. It's going to scorch your skin a little bit more. You may like that, but if you don't, this is your solution. Don't forget sunblock. You can buy it here, but because Filipinos have darker skin already, most of them are not worried about getting a sunburn. So if you do find it, it'll be tough to find, but if you do, you're probably going to pay extra for it because they're going to assume that you're a foreigner and you got money, even if you don't. Okay, so bring some sunblock. Bring a can or 2, or just bring a bottle. You'll thank me later. Now, I'm sure that I probably have missed several things, and there's going to be a lot of people in the comments that are going to tell me that I'm wrong about this and I'm wrong about that, and that's fine. I'm just sharing with you the information that I have, that I've learned, double check everything before you come here. I just want to be sure that when you come, that you are happy and that you have a little bit of a heads up of the things that could happen or could not happen that you may be expecting or may not be expecting. So anyway, I hope you get a lot from this video. Come to the Philippines. It's wonderful. Just watch some of the other videos that I've made, and I'm hoping that I can get you guys prepared and you can get some definite worth and value out of this. So see you soon.